six-man action. And all three have major, major issues with the NWA Elite. Will they be able to keep their focus on the NWA Elite? Hey, that'll be no problem whatsoever. What the NWA Elite have over their opponents here tonight, they are three men who have teamed together innumerable number of times and have committed so much heinous action and carnage over the years here at NWA Wildside. They've got that going for them, and of course, Jeff G. Bailey, attorney agent of this gaggle of misfits and miscreants, leading the pack. This is going to be a classic six-man encounter, and it's your main event this week here on Wildside.
And the team of Gabriel, Slim J, and Coleman, I would say, are actually at a slight disadvantage when it comes to this matchup. Normally, they would have Murder One in their corner, at least, to keep Bailey fended off. But tonight, Murder One had a little bit of a personal issue that he had to attend to. He could not make the event tonight, so Slim J here out on his own. Not the first time, certainly not afraid to do it, but the neutralizer to Bailey is not there. He is the snake in the grass. You got to keep your eye on the grease ball at ringside.
Yes, you do, but it has to be not your main focus.
Oh, you got that.
Oh, when you have the one-man mafia, the soul assassin, and the angel of death staring you in the face. Frankly, Jeff G. Bailey deserves short shrift indeed. Yes, I mean, Bailey, you don't want to ignore the guy, but you don't want to put all your attention on that man. But Caprice Coleman, a man who's had his fill of NWA elitisms over the years, I think he knows the ins and outs of the NWA Elite more than most.
Well, Slim J was going to go toe-to-toe with Mikel Adryan, certainly wasn't afraid to, although what a gargantuan mismatch that was. Caprice Coleman wanted to tag in. He's got a score to settle with the one-man mafia, Mikel Adryan. Adryan has left him laying on a couple of occasions, and he cost him the World Television Championship in the tournament final at Hardcore Hell against Jason Cross. It was Adrian's interference in that matchup that robbed Coleman of his dream for a third time. Coleman's got a score to settle, and he's not afraid to lock it up with the big monster in Mikel Adryan.
Perhaps indeed it would be nicer for Caprice Coleman if it was a one-on-one matchup with the one-man mafia, Mikel Adryan, but one man, NWA Elite, no such luck.
As you can see,
they're a gang. They're always a gang. So frankly, any match involved, oh good heavens, a charging clothesline from Mikel Adryan, and Caprice Coleman goes down in a heap.
A lot of power behind that. Mikel Adryan has really started to come onto his own as a calculating assassin for the NWA Elite, and that is his role. That is why Jeff G. Bailey has hired him, because Mikel Adryan is a big guy, a big wrecking machine, and the stable of the NWA Elite, they need that to get their dirty work done. Bailey always feels he's got to have that clean-up hitter, that big guy that can knock your socks off. You've seen it through the history of the NWA Elite with Stone Mountain in the early days, Justice, the Iceberg. They like to get the big man for the dirty work, and Adryan is that, but Coleman not afraid to stand up, thrilling Cornelia in the corner. Mikel Adryan booked to the midsection and is pounding him, Steve.
I mean, Coleman is no short man himself. I mean, Coleman a good 6'3". Mikel Adryan, what, pushing 6'7".
Coleman Hurricane Rana spiked Adryan right on his head. And that was the height of Mikel Adryan working to his disadvantage there. A smaller guy's momentum would have carried him over. Coleman slapping him right in the face.
An NWA Elite move, and it was done by Caprice Coleman, and Mikel Adryan cannot believe the audacity shown by the Iceman. I think Mikel Adryan better get used to it. And Caprice Coleman just dropped toe-holded Mikel Adryan right into his own corner, and a slap on the butt. And the Archangel Gabriel, a man who's going to have his hands full with Mikel Adryan. Mikel Adryan, though, has had to endure a fair amount of punishment from Coleman so far, and Gabriel's going to capitalize unless the one-man mafia decides to maybe lift up an elbow.
Tag made into the Soul Assassin Rainman, the Elite's cleanup hitter, getting his clock clean here in the early goings, but Rainman now going to come in and try to even the odds here. Goes for a back suplex. Gabriel counters, lands on his feet. He's got Rainman. Back suplex of his own, and nicely goes for the hook of the leg early in the pinfall. But Rainman kicks out the World Television Champion of over 1 year, former champion now. But goes to show that Rainman has been one of the best singles competitors in Wildside history. Now going back to the tag team division, where he's also excelled. The Archangel excelled there as well. Big insecurity to the back of that of Rainman, tags into Slim J.
And Slim J is pretty much at a disadvantage in every professional wrestling match he has ever participated in. And I think Slim has grown to be accustomed to that position. And I think he actually sort of revels in his own little way.
Hip toss and a neckbreaker combination there, which is well put together maneuver by Slim J.
Pretty remarkable. So there's like a Slim J, a man who's like a good 5 inches shorter than the solo assassin Rainman. Doesn't seem to phase the real Slim J in the least.
Slim J likes the odds against him. They've been against him his entire life as he turns that into a power bomb. And
so impressive.
You can't tell him that he's 5'9" and 170 pounds. He won't listen. He don't care to tug on Superman's cape or spit in the wind. He looks adversity in the face. Gabriel off the top. Rainman charges. Gabriel takes him down. Off the ropes, Azrael goes for the attack. Gabriel saw it coming, but he didn't see that. Spine splitter.
You know what it's like to be on the receiving end of the spine splitter, Dan.
Boy, do I ever.
And Rainman tags Azrael, the Angel of Death, as the two former Lost Boys duking out only a 1 count. And those talented and dangerous feet of Azrael kicking the stew out of the head of the Archangel. And not of the camera's not picking it up, but walking down the ramp of the NWA arena is one half of the Texas Death Club, Todd Sexton.
And we know Sexton has had some business dealings with the NWA Elite as of late. There are a lot of rumors floating around that there's not really exactly a lot of happy campers in that relationship, that there may be some tempers and egos flaring, although last I've heard they're on the same page. We'll see exactly what happens there. Mikel Adryan giving a big salute to Sexton, goes for a power bomb on Gabriel on the turnbuckle. Can you imagine how that realigns the spinal column?
Wait a second. The camera's not picking it up, but Jeff G. Bailey is chatting with Todd Sexton and apparently agreeing on something and almost shaking each other's hands.
It's like they're making nice here. It's like
I kind of wish the camera would pick up the evidence of that, but anyway, you have to trust us on this.
I guess any rumors of the dissension have been proven incorrect.
And there is once again the non-tag, an NWA Elite tradition. Also part of the Texas Death Club. That's something else that those two share.
Gabriel is in the trio. Whoa! And Azrael spears it. Good grief. That may be all for Gabriel. The Archangel makes his way to the bottom rope.
And Coleman putting a swift little kick in the head of Azrael.
Sunset flip takeover there.
And Mikel Adryan certainly paying attention to the action here, able to do a bit of a sort of a variation on an eye poke. On a charging clothesline from Azrael, and Gabriel goes down in a heap. Slim J has seen enough. But you got to keep your cool there, Slim. It's going to cost your tag team partner that much more grief.
Oh,
dear.
it is. Good grief. The Elite destroying Gabriel in the corner.
Azrael and Rainman charging feet first onto the Archangel, and there's not much life left in Gabriel. And Coleman again with a save. I mean, it's good for the tag team, I guess, but it certainly is not good for the physical welfare of Gabriel, who has no offense left whatsoever.
Well, Gabriel is taking the beating here.
Is that a kick from Jeff Bailey?
And a heavy one on behalf of the Elite. They're mugging him.
And there's Todd Sexton now sharing a few unkind words with the always silent Gabriel. Mikel Adryan on top for a pin attempt. And Gabriel somehow able to roll a shoulder. Not a kick out. He didn't get the power to do any kick outs, but was able to get a shoulder up. The crowd behind Gabriel, and Gabriel could use as much help as he can get.
Well, he needs it here. He's gotten systematically dismantled by the NWA Elite, but somehow he's finding a way to fight. Senton backsplash from the Archangel onto the one-man Mafia. Now he must make the tag. It is detrimental if he does not.
Unfortunately, that senton put Gabriel out of bad ring position to be tagging either Slim J or Caprice Coleman. Gabriel has that much further to go. As Michael Adryan grabs for a leg, but still able to. Slim J comes in with a forearm to Rainman.
Whoa, look at this, Slim J all the way around Azrael, unbelievable. Slim J springboard mid-air, caught him with a reverse DDT. Adryan from the behind, he just plants Slim with a powerbomb. Caprice Coleman, not afraid to put the cold snap on Adryan.
Don't think Caprice Coleman is the legal man, but I think Mike Posey is getting lost in the heat of the moment here. But a big elbow from Coleman rocking Azrael. And a big leg that levels him. I guess Mike Posey believes Caprice Coleman is the legal man, so be it. I assume Posey knows something that I don't know. Gabriel up on that top turnbuckle.
Double stomp.
All the weight of Gabriel on the back of the Angel of Death. And Todd Sexton now dragging Gabriel onto the floor.
Now what does this bald-headed geek need to be involved in this matchup for?
Isn't Jeff Bailey enough?
Adryan chop blocked the knee of Coleman. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if our cameras picked it up, but Coleman got chop blocked and he let out a terrible scream. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Elite's got... Bailey was pimping this. Oh, good grief. That's the 420.99. The combination of the Violator 420, Blackout's old finishing move, and the Excommunicator, the Lost Boys' old finishing move. And now Rainman has Slim J locked in a hillside strangler. And no one, I mean no one, escapes the clutches of this certain doom.
And Todd Sexton is making sure that Gabriel is not around to make the save. And Caprice Coleman's knee is all pretty much shot. And Slim J has nothing to do but to tap out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the NWA Elite.
Okay, Rainman, you have made Slim J tap out. End of story.
Yes, he needs to break the hold here. Coleman is already injured. He needs to break the hold. We don't need two people going to the hospital tonight. He needs to break the hold. Damn it, Bill Barons, get some authority out here. Get some control. You're the president of the NWA, and you're allowing this to happen. Get some control out here.
Come on, Bill, if we can drag you away from the Pablo Cruz box set for a second and get some law and order going on here. Todd Sexton, we don't need him here either.
The NWA Elite and their business associate Todd Sexton are destroying their opposition.
And Michael Adryan just trying to pretty much destroy what is left of the knee of Caprice Coleman. Slim J is pretty much out cold after the hillside strangler. Gabriel pretty much out cold thanks to the technician Todd Sexton, who now out with this loose affiliation with the NWA Elite is a little bit more of a concrete one.
No, come on!
I believe enough is enough. More hillside strangler on Slim J. A half crab on Gabriel, courtesy Todd Sexton. And Michael Adryan paying more of that devastating attention to the left knee of Caprice Coleman. Boy, tonight is definitely the night of the NWA Elite.
They have ran roughshod. They ran roughshod tonight.
This is more than roughshod. Roughshod is just some sort of word that pro wrestling announcers have used over the years. There's not been a word that has been created to show that the devastation, to detail the devastation that the NWA Elite has done to their opponents here tonight. All the people that have stuck in the craw of Jeff G. Bailey's gaggle of misfits. Look at the bodies littering the ring. Okay, the NWA Elite trying to Rainman trying to cool Azrael's jets here.
Well, the association with the Texas Death Club has been a profitable business venture for the NWA Elite. It was Todd Sexton's interference here that put these guys in the predicament they're in, laying face first on the mat.
When you're opposing the NWA Elite, you better be prepared for some severe physical devastation. And Caprice Coleman and Slim J and the Archangel Gabriel are the poster children to said devastation here tonight. As Bill Behrens and Onyx, where were they earlier on? We're out here coming to the aid of these three very game competitors who fell prey to the most vicious tag team ever formed in NWA Wildside, perhaps ever pro wrestling.
Man, so we're out of time. That's all we've got for this week's edition of NWA Wildside. Gonna get these guys some medical attention. Hope the situation improves with the absence of murder one this week. That is certain doom for our team of heroes here tonight. But fans, there's always more Wildside, and there might just be a little retribution next week.
Let's hope so. For Dan the Dragon Wilson, I'm Stephen Prazak. Next week, we do it all over again.